What's up guys, Robert Opto Bodies. Now this one is about glute training for women. Now probably over the past like 5 to 10 years there's been this big exponential growth in women really wanting like basically a bigger bum, which is great, I'm all for. But I do think that they've took it too far one way, that there's these like new specific special exercises to grow the glutes, when I want to sort of take it back old school, and you don't need to reinvent the wheel. And hopefully all you women out there that want to improve your glute muscles, that you can learn from this and get a lot more glute development in short space of time. Because I think a lot of the exercises that these sort of usually like Instagram fitness influencers are demonstrating, they just don't think they're very effective at all. So if you look at it, you might see a lot of women around the gym doing exercises like this. Or maybe exercises like this. When ideally, you really want to be doing exercises like this. So as you can see, these things like where you put a cuff around your ankle and do these like glute kickbacks, or you're doing these hip thrusts, they're okay. They like anatomically and biomechanically, they do contract your glute muscles. Yeah, you might get a little burn in your glute muscles. But the main point in this video is that you're sort of straying away from like the hard, heavy training that you might see like more men doing. Not the case. You can get the other way. You see some men doing, really messing about with stuff, and some women really go for it. It's great to see when you see the women going for it. But overall, yeah, you need the hard, heavy stuff. You don't need to treat your glute like any other muscle. Your muscle will respond to like a stimulus, so it detects mechanical tension in the muscle, which basically means when you're training hard and heavy and you're overloading the glute muscles with some heavy weight, and it's a real strain and you're going for it, rather than just getting a bit of a burn. It's easy to get a burn. You can get a burn by doing like a spin bike. You're getting a burn in your legs. That's not necessarily going to mean you're going to get really like strong, big leg muscles. We're trying to stimulate growth in the muscles. So the main point of this video, I'd say the main thing to take, if you're going to take anything, is women, train like a bodybuilder or a powerlifting bloke. As you've seen, like a heavy leg press or a heavy hack squat, pendulum squat, free weight squat, those sort of things are going to work. One reason, they're going to overload the muscle with a lot more weight, a lot more tension. You get more muscle growth in a short space of time than doing some sort of little hip thrust. There's actually 3 things I can think of. So yeah, it's heavier weight, it's going to overload the muscle more. Also, these positions, especially like a leg press, you'll get a bigger stretch on the glute, rather than like if you look at a little hip thrust, the range of motion and also the little kickbacks, the range of motion isn't as optimal as doing like some sort of squat pattern or a leg press, etc. So if you look at the anatomy of the glute, you're getting a bigger stretch. So you get something called stretch mediated hypertrophy. So basically, muscles at long lengths and getting stressed and stretched, little mechanical tears in the muscle, it's going to stimulate more growth. You're getting more mechanical tension, which is what we're trying to get. So basically, in layman's terms, you're getting full range of motion, and you're gonna get better glutes from doing a bit more of a stretch, and you'll feel it even more. Also, these sort of glute isolated exercises, little kickbacks and hip thrusts, your body's not working like biomechanically in tandem with all the other muscles. So what I mean by that is, if you're just working your glutes and they're responding, but you're not working like your quads and your hamstrings that are surrounding that area, you're gonna look a little bit imbalanced. Not necessarily like this, but you get the gist. Yeah, I'm guessing some sort of BBL going on there, but you get the gist. And this is just my opinion, my point of view. Other males might agree or disagree, or females might agree or disagree. I think a female's lower half looks a lot better. If the glute's developed, great, but as long as the hamstring and the quad around it is nice and in proportion, otherwise, yeah, you might end up like that picture, but I don't think you will. But that's another sort of thing we can go by. But the main message: heavy, compound, simple lifts. Don't reinvent the wheel. They'll get a bigger stretch on your glute. You'll get stretch mediated hypertrophy, so your glutes will respond even better. Doing those movements involve the quads and the hamstrings and the calves at the same time. So that's even great. And then on top of that, if you want extra glute development, by all means, chuck in the glute isolations like the kickbacks and the hip thrust, etc. That is absolutely fine. But there's no substitute for heavy lifting, like walking lunges, good mornings, things like that. There's no substitute for them, but there's no reason you couldn't add them on as well. Give it a try. Train like a man. And also a little caveat to that, a lot of these Instagram fitness influencers, so you see these girls doing these exercises, like a glute kickback, really steady, lightweight, not heavy enough to stimulate muscle growth, most likely. A lot of the times, they're either just doing that for a video to go viral and get views and earn money, fair enough, whatever, or the girl doing that already had good glute development before they made that video. That exercise on that video is not why they've got like big developed glutes. So remember that. So even if it's your favorite fitness influencer, just go in with an open mind and just remember, there's not some sort of baby slaver on there. Sorry about that. Robert Optal Bodies signing out. Go hard, go heavy, train like a man, and your glutes will develop more. Let me know what you think. Any questions? See you later, guys.